Hey y'all, it's Disco Biker, also known as Barefoot Acrylics here, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. I had to go to physical therapy today in the big city, so we did do a little bit of thrift store shopping on the way back home, and I'll show you what I got. But first, let me show you what I did the other day. I got this at a bargain store last week, a wooden panel. It's a 12 by 12. And I did sand the edges and I did sand the top, but I should have sanded it a little bit more. Either that or put the gesso coating, the negative space dry coating. Maybe I should have done that a little thicker. But anyway, it turned out pretty, but as it was drying, I didn't cover it and little gnats started to land in it. But I think I can, I didn't want to do it when the paint was still icky. So I think I can get a couple of them out and then just touch it up. But I used my metallics on it. See the iridescence? But you can almost see the wood grain through there because it needs a little bit more sanding or a little bit more coating, like a gesso coating. That's where gesso, which I've never used before, but I bet you it come in real handy on wood panels especially. And when you do recondition things. I also got a bunch of paint at a place called Just Bargains. It's a local bargain store. And they had the Deco Art paints. And I got iced espresso, and I've these are metallics over here, and I got a silver. It's called Silver Morning, and this one here is called Sparkling Champagne. I got a grape soda, which is almost gone, and then here I got a deep magenta. I got some neon greens, a pink, and a couple different shades of orange. My granddaughter Rosie loves green, so I had to make sure I got some green. And this one here's a neon, blue neon. Anywho, so yeah, I'm excited about these. And I noticed, okay, another thing for Deco Art. Normally when you get them in a store, they're several bucks a piece at least. You're looking at $3 a piece or more, especially for metallics. These were all 99 cents a piece. Some of the other colors were 79 cents, but they weren't as pretty and stuff. But yeah, I got all these for 99 cents a piece, so I'm excited. I'm going to mix those up on mixing day. But I did practice with the Deco Art grape soda, and I've used it in a few things. I did notice it runs a little thinner than the Master's Touch and the Arteza, so you don't need as much water. Matter of fact, in this heat, maybe unless you're going to use it for like thinner projects, I wouldn't even put water in it. This is some Flowtron paint. But anyway, yeah. And then at the thrift store, I'll show you what I got today and the method behind my madness. I bought this canvas for $2.99. Somebody painted this back in 1991. So sorry, whoever you are, I'm going to paint over it. But as we were leaving, the checkout girl put something on top of it. And when I got outside, I noticed a tiny hole. And I'm bringing this up because I fix those holes when I get a damaged canvas. Sometimes the stores will give you a couple bucks off if you point out the defect, and they'll give it to you. Right here it says 16 by 20, number 1, Solitude, $30. So somebody bought this for $30 back 30 years ago. It's really cute, but it's old, and I'm going to paint over it. But what I did is I put a few drops of super glue along the hole there after I smoothed it down, and then I just take a piece of packing tape and go over it. So then you got this right here. But for liquid pouring, I've never had any problems going over that defect. I've done it a couple times previously. It works out great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap black paint on this, let it dry, then voila, I got a new canvas to work on, right? And the same thing with this here. This is probably a dollar store piece of art. It has a nice wire hanger on the back. I did a gigantical one like this last year, but this is a little one, and you could just put the black or whatever right over it and let it dry, and you got a fresh canvas. Works out really great. So I'm excited to get going on those. I've already cleaned them with alcohol, got the dirt off, and so yeah, I'll show you what I do with it when it gets to this point. Come down here, will ya? Okay, we'll start with the smaller one. And I just mixed up some black paint, and I thought instead of throwing the cup away with the black paint still a little bit in there, I would just, since I'm going to cover this anyway, waste not, want not, especially since I'm down to my last jar partial jar of black paint. I'm hoping the craft stores have stocked back up because my white and my black, it's getting kind of scary. So what I do is I just lay down some paint. I mix this up here a little bit thicker this time because I was going to use it to cover some of this canvas. I don't even know what type of material that is, but I see it a lot in the dollar stores. Oh, there's something else I want to show you too, but let me cover this real quick. There's one thing I forgot to show you that I got at the thrift store, and it's my bargain of the day. Yeah, let me get this covered real quick, and I shall show you. It's right behind me here. So it only takes a couple minutes to, you know, get a nice good coating on here, on your thingamabob, your canvas or whatever, your surface. And I got too much on, so I'll just... Ooh, I can smell the coffee. I got coffee percolating on the stove, and once I start smelling it, I know it's bubbling. So I see the top, it's a bubbling. All right, I'm going to have me a fresh cup of coffee here in a little while. Okay, so I just scrape the excess off like this. Scrape it in a little bit in my cup, and then I'll have some towards the next one that I'm going to cover. And just scraping it off a little bit as I go along here. I got plenty on here, and it depends on what you want to do with that, how thick you want your coating. But for this particular piece of art, it doesn't have to be too thick. It covers quite well with the black. Okay, let's get the edges a little bit more. It's not dripping all over. Okay, there we go. We got that. I'll let that dry, and then I will create a masterpiece on it. Doesn't really matter if there's brush strokes or not, because we're going to cover it up later. Just want to make sure I got all the glops off of it. All right, now let me show you what I got here. All righty. Okay, where did I stick it? I just had it. There it is. Okay, this right here, I got it at the thrift store for $2.99. The back comes off so you can slip a picture in the frame. It came from a Hobby Lobby store, and the original price tag says $21.95, $21.99. So basically, somebody paid $22 plus tax for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something around it, hopefully, and then stick a picture frame in there. So yeah, I don't really want that saying on there, so I'm going to make something on my own. Pretty cool, huh? It's wood. Pretty neat. So yeah, the hubs got me that stuff because I knew only canvas I got left out of all my canvases, my last 16 by 20. Threw some black on it yesterday to coat it. So I'll paint something fun on it today, probably. So that's why he let me go shopping at the thrift store. We got some t-shirts and stuff for Rosiekins, and got me some artwork stuff for me to work on. Oh, that drops got on there, but okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this over here, over here, and then okay. This is the canvas that I repaired. Sorta, yeah. There's the hole right there. So let's cover it and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I know you've seen people cover surfaces before, but I just thought I'd show you guys what I do with refurbished items, you know, things you can get on a discount at a yard sale, thrift store, sale bin at an art store, whatever, wherever you're at. And since I'm just putting on a fresh coating to work on it later, I'm not using one of my hake brushes. The hake brushes are goat hair and they're kind of expensive. I'm just using a regular paint brush, probably has nylon brush on it, to do this because it's going to be covered later anyway. So the brush strokes aren't a big deal. So yeah, I just quickly put down my negative space like yonder so. And the defects right in this area. So I will make sure before I put it up to dry that that spot is covered well. Get the sides really quick here. Cover up the staples. This is a stretch canvas that stapled on the sides, not the back. This is probably, well, we already know it's 30 years old. So, sorry, Peterson, whoever you are, last name Peterson, for painting over your artwork. It is pretty, but I bought it to paint on. So, there we go. Oh, crud, there goes the phone again. Let me see who it is real quick. I'll be right back. Nobody important. Oh, my goodness, I'm losing my drawers. Ugh. All right, cool. All right. Let's quickly get this finished here. Kicking my stuff over. Hallelujah. Okay, get that finished like so. And staple divots can be a pain in the butt, but they'll cover. Okay. Now we'll just go back and forth across. Get a nice, smooth, even covering. And I don't care about the lumps underneath from the different variations of the old oil paint because whatever I put on here is going to have a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff on here, a lot of paint. So that'll get covered up quite nicely. All right, let me see. Did I get it all covered? Let me take a gander around the sides. Yep, I got it. And there's the defect right there. So, yep, we'll cover that really good when it's time to paint. There's something right there. I don't know what that is. Probably from my paintbrush. Yeah, not a big deal. Probably a hair. Anyway, we got that covered. So, that's what I do when I get stuff on a bargain price. And I'm not afraid to cut a corner here and there. So what I'll do is I'll squeeze this black into here like that, and I'll wash off my paintbrush, and then I'm going to play and paint and make something good. Okay, I'll see you later. That's what I do.